So, so I know I'm just starting this vlog, but I'm actually at work and I'm leaving. I only had one coaching today and a meeting in the morning. Both went really well. And now I get to head home pretty early, which is cool. And here we go. Q&A time. Wait a minute. I'm missing something. Oh. There it is. Question Thursday, the day that I ask you guys to send me some questions that you would like to hear me answer. You can send them to me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. You can comment with a question on Wednesday's video. Often I check that. If a hashtag works with whatever platform you're posting to me on, use the hashtag Emmett Q&A. That way it's easier for me to find your question. And of course, if you send a video question, it's much more likely that I'm going to answer said question. And you might actually end up on the vlog. I'm gonna start with some Snapchat questions. Forgive me, my screen is all busted, but Shannon loves Lewis. Shan loves Lewis or something. I accidentally played your question without showing it to the camera. So you asked if I've ever been to Australia and when am I coming to Australia. The answer is yes, I've been to Australia. I went to Australia this past July and I did 2 shows on the same day with my awesome friend Lachlan Glenn in Camden. Sadly, that's the only part of Australia I got to go to. I'm definitely gonna be coming back. I want to come back. I loved it there. I was only there for I was there for 3 days. I took off from Chicago, stopped in Canada for a layover, flew to Australia, had 1 day, then did the show. Then the following day was a Sunday and we went and saw the Sydney Opera House and visited Lachlan's grandparents. And then the following morning I flew out back to the United States. So it was a 3-day turnaround. It was like 50 hours of flying for only 3 days, or less than 3 days being in the country. It was awesome though. I want to come back, so we'll see.
Emmett, do you have any tips for someone who doesn't like the sound of their voice once it's been recorded?
Sammy, tips for somebody who doesn't like their voice once it's been recorded. Believe it or not, I hate my voice. I cannot listen to myself speak. I can't listen to myself sing because in my head, I sound very different than I do out here. The only thing I can suggest is there are such things as speech coaches. If you don't like if you don't like your speaking voice, often that can help. I don't like my speaking voice. Often my friends can tell who I've been listening to as far as singers or what actor I'm watching a lot of because I start talking like them. Because I'm just like a sponge that way, and like my inflection changes and all that stuff. I'd venture to guess that most people don't like the sound of their speaking voice because we sound so different inside our heads, and once you hear a recording of your voice, it's like, who is that? I think you have a lovely speaking voice.
Hey Emmett, I love the vlogs and everything. My question to you is, what is your favorite Disney movie?
What is my favorite Disney movie? Christina. I grew up basically only watching Disney flicks. It was Disney flicks, Rugrats, which is Nickelodeon, and and the Discovery Channel and History Channel. That was it. That was the only things I watched. And it's hard for me to pick a favorite. There's so many amazing ones out there. I'd have to get back to you, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch one tonight and I'll post out about it.
What is your favorite opera piece to sing and why?
Shelby, what is my favorite opera piece to sing and why? That's another question that I'm going to have to be a little indecisive over. I can tell you what I'm really about right now. So when you're an opera singer, you have a thing called your audition package. Most of the time, it's 5 arias, and you call it your 5, you know? It's 5 arias, usually 4 different languages. It can be 5 different languages, and those are the arias that show you off the most for auditions. Right now, I've just added a new aria to my aria package. It's called Silvio's aria, but that's because in the opera, it's actually a duet between Silvio and Nedda. It's an aria from Pagliacci, but for auditions, people will take the duet and cut it up and make it an aria just for the guy. So it's Silvio's excerpt or Silvio's aria or E fra quest'ansie. There's a bunch of names for it, but it's absolutely beautiful. I love it very much. And I'm really excited that I'm singing it now. So that's kind of, it's not my favorite ever. It's one of my favorites, I guess, but it's just the one that I'm most fascinated with at the moment.
Hey, Emmett. So I want to know, what is the first memory from your childhood that you can recall? Hey, Emmett.
The first memory from my childhood that I can recall. I know this sounds ridiculous, but I'm pretty sure it was my 2nd birthday. My parents tell me that that's ridiculous, that like I'm just making it up. But so we had a boat. My parents had bought this boat. I grew up on the water. I love the water. I love the rain. I love pools. I love the beach. Another reason why I love New York, because it's on the ocean. I love Chicago for the lake, but it's not the ocean. You can't surf on a lake. Although I heard you can surf in Michigan on this lake, but it's not like an actual ocean. So my parents had just gotten this boat, and it was our family and I think like some family friends. And I remember, I have one memory of it, and I remember, and they were taking the boat to like a restaurant on Long Island Sound. There's restaurants where you could pull your boat up and like park right at the dock and then go up and eat. So I think it was that, but I remember sitting in like the bench area, like if the driver's ahead of you and there's the big couchy seats. And I remember my mom, and then I remember sitting in her lap, and I remember I can picture where everyone was. Now, this could be completely made up in my head. It could be nonsense, but I think I remember it. I have this weird thing about me that like I don't remember full things from a long way back, but I'll remember very detailed things that do not matter. Like I'll remember the design of a hat that somebody was wearing on a Tuesday that had no importance. But I will remember that hat for the rest of my life. Or I'll remember a dog that was playing with a bone, and I'll remember the type of bone it was. But it's really weird. It's always things that like are kind of obscure, make no sense, but that's my brain. Good question.
Hi, Emmett. So my question's kind of a 2-part question. So your vlogs have been absolutely amazing. What kind of software do you use to make your vlogs, and what got you started into wanting to vlog? Bye.
Good question. Vicky, to edit these videos, I use Adobe. I use Premiere Pro, Adobe. I have like the Adobe Creative Cloud, so I have all the different Adobe apps. But if you're somebody who's wanting to get into vlogging, you can use anything you want. You can use the free software that comes with your computer, which iMovie is for Macs, and then I can't remember the one that comes with Windows, but there is a free one with Windows. Just use that, that works. There are plenty of examples of full-on movies that have made it to Sundance and a bunch of other festivals that were literally done on iMovie. So it really doesn't matter. But just to answer your question, I use Adobe Premiere Pro. The second part of your question, what got me to want to start vlogging? The reason I started vlogging is because I've been a big fan of a lot of big YouTubers for a long time. YouTube is something that I've always loved. It's something that gets me through my day. I listen to other vloggers when I'm working out. I listen to other vloggers when I'm on my way to work. It's a big part of my day. I think it's the future of film-related entertainment. It's something that brings the creativity to the average person. And I've always wanted to jump into this type of stuff, but I've never really thought I could. YouTube has given somebody like me a chance to explore that part of my life. And I love people like John Green and Hank Green on Vlogbrothers. I love their other channels like Crash Course, but I also love people like Phil DeFranco. I've been fans of these guys for a long time. But I'd have to say that the guy, in case you couldn't tell, the guy who inspires me the most would have to be Casey Neistat. And that's another thing. These are the glasses that people keep thinking are Casey Neistat glasses, just because they have this clear coating around them. Or it's not a coating, it's like a clear thing on the inside of it. But no, Casey Neistat has the actual paint. Well, it's primer, I think, but it's the actual stuff on, like he paints it on. I love his style. I love that it's like raw and like guerrilla filmmaking where the shots aren't too set up, it's not scripted, it's just very real, which I love because that's probably the easiest thing for me. I wish I could do something like the Vlogbrothers. I wish I could do something like Phil DeFranco. I just don't have a talent for that type of stuff. Chloe, did you love Pittsburgh while you were here, and would you come back? I always love going to Pittsburgh. It's always a great show, and I will come back. What's your favorite thing besides singing? Working? I don't know. I love being engaged. I love work. I love feeling like I'm accomplishing something, which actually this vlog helps me do. So I guess this vlog would be one of my favorite things other than singing. You said that you did private shows. How much are they? Does it all depend on how far you go? Libby, I wish I could answer that question. It depends on a lot of things. It depends on the type of show. It depends on how many people will be there. It depends on how far I'm traveling. It depends on how much I have to bring. I do them, and I've done a bunch of different kinds, small, large, all this stuff. But if you are interested in a private show, you could email this email address, and I'll also put it in the actual description. But yes, I do them, and the price depends, I guess. Maisie, will your t-shirts or other apparel be available soon? Yes, t-shirts and other apparel will be available soon. That's it for Q&A, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and I'm going to end the vlog with a shot of this guy. He loves sleeping on my shirts. And a shot of this guy. I couldn't end the vlog without putting them in it. So I hope you enjoyed the vlog, guys. This was our Q&A question Thursday vlog thing. I look forward to next week to answer more of your questions, and I will see you tomorrow.